together again, and the Michigan Wolverines are national champions. It was a tremendous year. It was exciting, especially after 2 years ago, a team that was 8-24 and are now sitting here 37-3, national champions, taking down UConn in a game that was a war, rock fight, 12, 15 round boxing match, whatever you want to choose to call it. Donnybrook, physical game. I think Michigan dominated so many opponents this year that I was not in very good game watching shape, especially after what they did to Arizona on Saturday in a game that was as hyped up could be for a Final Four matchup. That was a complete dud, and I'm very thankful as someone who has been a part of a lot of those games that are very hyped up and your team lays an egg. I was very thrilled that Arizona was the team laying the egg and not Michigan because they went to work on Arizona. And you both predicted UConn to win in the UConn Illinois game, and that's exactly what happened. UConn basically controlled it from the jump. Never felt like there was any real scare from or threat from the Illini, but national champion game. I mean, I going into the game, I felt a lot very similar to how I felt going into the 2023 Michigan football national title against Washington. I felt like Michigan was the better team. I felt like they had the better players, but Washington had Michael Penix. UConn is UConn. They were going for their third national title in 4 years. Dan Hurley, you knew he was going to get his team ready to go. And I mean, UConn played about as well as you could have asked them to play. I mean, they did everything that Hurley laid out for them to do to give them a shot. I mean, they were hitting their threes. They slowed their pace. Never really let Michigan get out and run. Made the game ugly. It was a physical back and forth game. And Michigan was still able to maintain the lead. They were able to get some points when they could, even though Michigan like 0 of 150 from three. But I feel like a big turning point in that game is when they called the flagrant foul on Caravan. Michigan was able to get 4 points out of the deal, give them a little bit of breathing room. And the first time any team was really ever able to gain momentum in the first half. They rode that momentum into halftime. Michigan, second half, they were able to come out and get a couple of runs, be able to push it up to double digits, and they kind of rode that lead. UConn, though, to their credit, never quit. It was right when it felt like Michigan had them on the ropes. They had the foot on their neck. UConn found a way to hit a big three, hit a big shot to keep them within striking distance. And to Michigan's credit, they were able to. And it was, I mean, Michigan didn't shoot well from three. They hit a couple when they had to. Cadeau hitting a big three. Trey McKinney hitting the three that pretty much put the game out of reach at that point, made it a 7-point game. Or no, an 8-point game, excuse me. And made them UConn still stretch. They were able to get in foul trouble. I think that was a big key as well as getting their three of their top four guys in foul trouble. Solo Ball didn't play a lot in the second. He got the third foul early. The other guard, whose name is escaping me, he fouled out. Terrace Reed, he had a foul, and that was kind of another point too first half where I felt like Michigan was finally able to get out on the break a little bit is when they were able to get one of UConn's bigs off the bench and able to run the floor a little bit. But, you know, Elliot Cadeau had a sensational tournament. A guy that it was talked about. We talked about it on this show. You want to pick Michigan, but you don't know what you're going to get out of Elliot Cadeau. And Michigan got their best out of Elliot Cadeau. I mean, he was making plays on both ends of the floor. Drew a big foul, right? Felt like UConn was about to seize momentum. hit a couple of big shots, hit their first 3 of the game. And happy for him because he was basically written off at North Carolina. At times, he was written off, had a horrible game against Duke. And that was kind of what you kept coming back to as a Michigan fan is hopefully that Elliot Cadeau doesn't show up. And he never did. And then you look at Max battling through an injury who, as someone who just came back from a sprained ankle, I've changed my personalities, guys. I'm not going to make a sprained ankle my personality anymore. I'm going to make Michigan winning a national title my personality again. But when I saw that and I saw him gutting it out, I'm like, well, we're gonna see what it's like tomorrow because I suffered through one and I felt okay that night. And then when I woke up in the morning and started moving around, that was some of the worst pain that I've ever felt in my life. Luckily, they've got a lot better treatment over there than what I had. Not saying that the doctors were bad because they were excellent for me. And I probably didn't need round-the-clock treatment. I'm shockingly got people listening to this. I am a world-class athlete. I know by looking at me it's shocking, but I'm not. But battled through, made some plays when he had to. He was able to affect the game even without scoring or rebounding. And then, happy for guys like Namari Burnett and Will Cheddar, who both were part of that 8-24 season. They stayed at Michigan. And as the old saying goes at Michigan, those who stay will be champions. And incredible run. First national title since '89, brought another national title to the Big Ten, and it is safe to say right now that the Big Ten is the center of college athletics. And it was an incredible game. I was the heart pills. I definitely needed some, especially when Solo Ball banked in that 3, but Michigan found a way, and they are national titles. Hi, Annie. Fellas, what were your thoughts on the Final Four weekend?
Honestly, that semifinal game win versus Arizona, it's probably the best I've ever seen a team play in the Final Four. Like, it was like total TKO.
Yeah.
I was expecting probably one of the best games in the past 5 to 10 years. Complete opposite. Like, it was over within 5 minutes. I think Arizona cut it to 6, and then I think that's the closest it was the rest of the game. It was just absolute domination. And then for the championship, you mentioned it, like they were physical at UConn, they played well. The only way they were going to keep that close was literally just by hacking. Like that's the only way they were going to be able to stop those guys or slow Michigan down, was just being physical, hacking them, see how much they can get away with. But them losing their 2 guards for probably the first, I want to say it was like half of the first half, Demery and Ball with 2 fouls each. I wouldn't say it was a nail in the coffin, but they just couldn't build their lead. They got it. Those guys got their fouls, and boom, it was just kind of iffy from there. And then Michigan finally started turning it on in the second half when they got into more foul trouble. I think Ball got his 3rd foul with like 30 seconds in the second half, if I remember right.
Yeah, he did. And then same with the other one. I mean, he had like 4 before the under 12 timeout, and it might have even sooner than that if I'm not mistaken.
The one thing, if I'm UConn after this game where I'm going to be shaking my head, guys, is this. At one point in this game, they were 5 of 13 from the three-point line, and then you blink, and the next thing you know, they're 5 of 24.
Mm-hmm.
At what point does Dan Hurley tell his team, stop shooting threes, guys? It's not working.
I mean, they can't go inside, though. That's the other thing.
But you have to try something new, because also look at the first half in that game when Michigan missed their first 8 threes. Then in the second half, when UConn was on that side of the floor, maybe that side of the floor was just jinxed. But when you were looking at your television, that hoop to the left was a shooter's nightmare. And unfortunately right now, UConn's kind of taking the blame for me talking about this, but that's also my biggest gripe with the game of basketball these days, professional and college. It's gone so much to the 3-point shot that teams are losing games they have a chance to be in because you're shooting less than 20% from the 3-point line. It doesn't make any sense. And this is just me, if you're as good as of a coach as Dan Hurley is and his staff, even if you have the size advantage to Michigan, can't you come up with some offense that's just not the 3-point line? Like you start 0 of 18 against Duke, and you come back and you have a crazy win. That doesn't happen 2 times in 3 games. But then also, to give Michigan their flowers, Ethan, you said this UConn wanted to hack and be physical. It caught up with them. And you know what? I am proud of this Michigan team. You know why? They made their foul shots.
They did.
What
Because
did
against
they miss?
the Sweet 16 weekend, they did not make their free throws in the Alabama game or the Tennessee game. And I was like,
Yep.
oh, boy,
So-
if this happens in the Final Four, and that's always in your mind, too, because of the longer backdrops there, which I mean, we're going to veer off topic a little bit here, but we had this discussion about the Super Bowl, how the Super Bowl doesn't need to have rotate every year. It should rotate between about 4 or 5 different locations.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Final Four needs to rotate between about 2 or 3. I think Indianapolis, by all accounts, that's Lucas Oil Stadium was made with having the Final Four in mind, based on the sight lines, based on how the whole town rallies around it, how everything is right there, as far as shopping, hotels, restaurants, everything is right around Lucas Oil Stadium. And in Indiana, when you think of the state of Indiana, you think of basketball.
Think of basketball.
I mean, I think, it's about probably, I would say it's close about every 5-6 year rotation. I think that needs to be closer to 3. Some other places that I think should also be in that mix is New Orleans, which is at hosting events.
New Orleans is just a great host city in general.
Mm-hmm.
Similarly to Indianapolis, where everything is right there.
I guess I don't know about San Antonio, but I've heard really good things about when they host it too.
I was going to say
Yep.
San Antonio's
That's
a
another one
must.
too.
And
Because that's
also-
where it was last year, right?
Yes. Because I think they went Texas in back-to-back years. Because it was in Houston
Where was
the year
it before?
He was in Houston the year before, if I'm not mistaken.
In 24? Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or maybe it was 23. 24 was in Phoenix, which is another city that should host the Final Four.
24 was Phoenix, yes.
Yeah,
I've heard.
The women's was Phoenix this year.
Yep.
But yeah, Phoenix is a great host city too. And
I've heard the opposite about that, though, is because there's nothing around State Farm Stadium.
Well, but you know what? That metro there is such a great time. If you have to rent a car or take an Uber to State Farm Stadium after a long weekend for a Final Four, grow up. And it seems like whenever Phoenix hosts
been down
things,
there, though, I'd probably agree with him, though, because there is like nothing. And I've heard horror stories of people trying to get lifts and Ubers where you're basically walking miles to get like a decent rate for an Uber or a Lyft. But
also to defend Uber and Lyft in that situation, when you're going to an event with 70,000 people, I don't feel bad for you if you decide to get one of those.
No.
And the other part is I have no issue with keeping it in football stadiums because it actually makes it more affordable. Because if you were to put it at Bankers Life Fieldhouse, you're going to be paying Super Bowl level tickets for that national championship. Last night, you could get in for $60.
No kidding.
And you got a free Chainsmokers concert out of it, which was also just weird on Saturday. But
another city I think is just a good host city in general is Atlanta.
yeah,
you never hear people complain about Super Bowl, Final Four, college football playoff, SEC championship game. And maybe that's because also Mercedes-Benz is in the heart of downtown.
Makes sense.
They haven't had it at Mercedes-Benz though yet, have they? Because it was supposed to be in 20, but
I guess I'm
it
not sure.
was canceled. That was the year they canceled it. I don't think they've had it yet.
I guess I'm
If
not sure.
Memory serves.
Well, no, they wouldn't have, because in 21 it was in Indianapolis, and it was probably where the Pacers played with the COVID, and then New Orleans for Carolina and Duke, and Carolina, Kansas. And we mentioned Houston, Phoenix, and now just Indianapolis, Dylan.
Yeah, it was supposed to be in Atlanta in 2020. Yep.
Okay. Jeez, and then they lost the All-Star game the next year. Talk about a rough couple of years for Atlanta.
Yeah. Because next year it's in Detroit, then it's Vegas, then it's back in Indy in 29, then it's in Dallas in 30, and then in 31 it goes back to Atlanta.
So the same 7-8 cities.
Debuts in Atlanta. Yeah. But one place that I can't believe that they don't have more often is I can't believe they don't have it at the Superdome more often, because it seems like that's only like one every 10 years or so, which maybe that's normal but even then, like like San Antonio, that's on about a 5 or 6 year rotation, because they had it there in last year, and then they had it there in 18 when Villanova beat Michigan.
That's right.
You know, they had it in 08.
Kansas,
That was when Kansas.
Kansas beat Memphis.
Yep. But anyway, back to the national championship game. What was, and I'm probably going to be I'm curious to hear what your guys' perspective was on the officiating. I thought it actually was a fairly well officiated game for how physical those two teams were. It had a good mix of letting them play and physical basketball, where when the two teams that are physical as they are, there's going to be things that are going to be let go, or there's things that are going to be missed. Because if you, it's going to be a 7-hour game. And I thought one thing is Michigan was a lot more aggressive going into. I mean, you look at the first half, all of Michigan's points or field goals were in the paint, were inside the paint and free throws. There was no mid-range, no threes made, nothing. Where you look at UConn, they lived out on the perimeter a lot more. What did you guys see out of the officiating? Because I saw that that's pretty par on course for because I mean, you get a lot of sad fan bases that are Michigan's rival that like to make excuses when Michigan wins. But what were your guys' thoughts on the officiating?
Honestly, I thought it was fine. Like it was such a physical game. You're either, if you don't call stuff, you're going to get yelled at for letting it be too physical, and it was just ridiculous. But if you call too much, you're going to be like, oh, they never let them play. So it's a lose-lose no matter what. I'm on letting them play like they did. It's a national championship. Let them decide it. And I feel like that is what happened. I don't feel like they over officiated it or made it harder than it needed to be. So I thought the officials did fine.
It wasn't a repeat of the 17 national title game of UConn Gonzaga, where that was a ref show, and that was horrible to watch.
Yeah, UNC Gonzaga, but
what did I say?
You said UConn.
UConn.
Oh yeah, UNC Gonzaga. That one. It was. I mean, I think both teams were in the bonus like before the 4-minute time or the 16 under 16 timeout. Both halves of that game.
God, it was brutal. But I'm with you guys. I think it was fine. It wasn't an egregious, favor to one team or the other. I felt like in the second half they kind of balanced it out a little bit. You go into the first half, UConn had 10 plus fouls, and I believe the Michigan ended the first half with either 4 or 5. And then in the second half, it was a lot more even. So, but again, maybe Michigan was committing more fouls at that point. Maybe there's the old conspiracy. The refs got together and said, "Hey, let's balance this out a little bit." But we didn't wake up today saying Michigan won because the officials this, officials that, too many free throws. They made it about themselves. So when you're not talking about the officiating in the main headlines, they did a nice job.
Well, Dan Hurley said it best, that like I think he kind of just echoed what we just said. It was like it's a physical game. Officiating was fine. I would take that 3-man crew over anybody.
And there was multiple calls last night that, if you're a UConn fan, went against you. And seeing Dan Hurley's reaction on the TV and how he didn't freak out and want to throw his glasses 50 yards in the air show that they did a nice job. He didn't want to go. He didn't want to go headbutt one of the officials because they totally blew it and favored for Michigan. He, as a biased basketball coach in that game, he had nothing to complain about. When if there's any coach in America who will find something to complain about, it's Dan Hurley.
Yeah, that is very true. But I do love me some Dan Hurley. He's a red ass, but he coaches his team hard, but he loves his team even harder. You can tell just how hard those guys play for him, and just the way they executed the game. And they did everything. And I mean, you look at the 4-year run that he has had. They have 2 national titles. They're 16-2, or not 16-2, but they've won 12. Yeah, like 17-2 or something, and they've lost by a combined 8 points, both to the national champion.
That's pretty decent.
Yeah, and this was by far his worst team, and I mean, they were down by 19 to Duke, and they found a way to win. Probably had no business being in the national title game, but found themselves there. But this got me to thinking after the on Saturday night after Michigan beat Arizona, of Final Four games that were extremely hyped up and it was over and it was just a complete dud. I had to go back and I'm trying to think. You could probably say the 21 national title against Baylor Gonzaga. I thought that was going to be a down to the wire game, and jumped on him in the first 5 minutes and it was over.
Dylan, you could say the 2018 Final Four game, Kansas versus Villanova, where Villanova just couldn't miss.
Yeah. Speaking of Villanova, 16 Oklahoma Villanova, where Villanova won by like 40, and Oklahoma, I believe, beat them in the regular season that year.
Could be.
I don't remember.
Other one. This one. I don't know. Maybe Kansas, North Carolina in 08 when Kansas won the national title. And I think Carolina made a comeback.
UNC made a comeback.
I think they made a comeback, but I mean, Kansas dominated that game for most of it.
Weren't they up like 40-12 at one point?
It was something like that. And I think Carolina either tied it or they got it to within 2.
I think got it within 2.
But that was a San Antonio. But yeah, it was incredible. It's cool when your team wins a national title. I know, Grant, you know this. Ethan, at some point, you're the only one that hasn't had a team win a championship since we've been doing this here. So At some point, something's got to break through.
You would hope. Nico Medved's going to do it for us.
There you go. Or maybe the Wolves get hot hot in the playoffs and they I think that wraps up the college basketball season here. We got the Masters on. Tiger will not be playing.
Bullshit.
But what? It's always a fun being able to watch the Masters sit around that champion or Saturday, Sunday are always fun to monitor. We're gonna see Scotty Scheffler just had his second child. Anytime somebody has a baby, you're always watching it for the contender, even though Scotty, by his standards, hasn't really played well this year. That's one of the guys to keep an eye on. Who else are you guys looking at that would be someone that could potentially be putting on the green jacket?
I kind of like John Rahm. He's been playing a lot better over on the Live Tour. I think he has a chance.
Rory finally got his green jacket last year. I kind of hope Bryson can get his.
That'd be cool.
Just because I want to see his crash out celebration at one of the most proper places in America. And then just the party that would ensue if Bryson got his first Masters title.
And then I think my sleeper, he might be playing the best golf out of anyone to start the year, Batia. He has been fantastic so far.
Yeah.
Whether he's ready for the Masters, I don't know, but
Rory's listed as plus 1,300. Scotty Scheffler's plus 500. Rahm's plus 1,000. Bryson's plus 1,000. Another one too, I think that would be kind of sweet to see win would be a Tommy Fleetwood, who has yet to get a PGA Tour win, and he's been so close so many times right now. He's at odds of plus 2,200.
Didn't he win the FedEx Cup? Does that not count?
No.
Really?
I don't think he won the FedEx Cup, but I don't think it count. I think he just had the.
Okay.
It's like the most
how that works.
Most points throughout the year.
Well, that's how they get. That's how they get there. But then the tournament's separate, so it's like a tier. So say Scotty's in first going into it, he gets so many strokes on everyone else.
Yeah, you start at like something that everybody goes down.
Scotty will start at like minus 10. The second place guy will be like minus 9, and then like so down like that.
Okay.
So it's still an actual tournament, but I guess I don't know.
Mike Weir is plus 100,000 to win it.
He's still golfing.
He won it back. Yeah. Bubba Watt plus 50,000. Sergio plus 35,000. Dustin Johnson plus 25,000. Let's see here.
Hey, Dylan, remember for Sergio Garcia, Saturdays are for the boys.
That was the
post back-to-back double bogies.
He almost punched you.
Hey, Sergio, Saturdays are for the boys.
Of it. Coming up back-to-back bogeys and pissing in the woods.
Hey, when you gotta go, man.
Especially on the golf course in the summer.
Grant, if results hold right now, the Wild and Stars are tied.
Oh.
Wild are up.
Ludwig Odberg is plus 1,800 right now, but
Goldberg is.
Yeah.
That.
But Full Swing is coming out here soon in a couple of weeks, I believe. On Netflix.
Justin Rose, he has been playing super good.
He's up there too right now. He's plus 2,700.
What, 27?
He's along with 1, 2, 3, 4. He's at 11 right now. He's right with Hideki Matsuyama at plus 2,700.
Man, I would have him a lot higher than
that. And he's at plus 2,200. Matt Fitzpatrick's at plus 1,800. Xander's at plus 1,500.
Fitzpatrick
Xander would be a fun
has
one.
better odds than Justin Rose.
Yeah.
That's wild. I would take
Uh-huh.
that.
Max Homa plus 17.5.
What?
Um,
My God, they're just
yeah, I
killing
don't know
the
how
Americans
he's even
for
golfing
reason.
right now in it.
Hmm.
Because he has not played well this year.
No. Damn.
But I'd love to see him. I would love to
He's
see him have a good
popular,
one.
though.
He's another one that I'm rooting for to
He is
have a good
popular,
year.
so maybe
What's
that has
that?
something to do with it. He's popular. Maybe more people are betting on him, so they're giving him better odds. I don't know.
Could be. But I don't. Yeah, Wyndham Clark at plus 17,500.
He's doing terrible.
I don't.
Has he even made a cut this year?
I don't know.
Jeez. Ever since that one win, the major he got, he has just been dog crap.
The LA Country Club.
Yeah.
I don't see Tony Finau in it. Is Tony Finau not playing?
He should be. He's been playing pretty good.
That's another one, a guy that you want to see him get a major.
Yeah. I might try and go to
But-
the 3 this year. That sounds fun.
We'll make it a weekend out of it. We can ask Sergio what Saturdays are for again.
The boys.
I don't think
Go to that.
Sergio can play there.
Yeah, maybe I ruined it for him.
He's like,
Yeah,
God.
he's not allowed there anymore, thanks to the PGA.
this douche. This
Oh, that's
douchebag-
right. He's on live. Never mind. I
Yeah.
forgot that.
This
All right.
douche.
Oh yeah,
This douchebag.
Finau is gonna miss the Masters.
Is he really?
Yeah,
Why?
according to Golf Monthly.
Hmm.
Along with Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not the same.
No.
Did something happen to him?
I don't know.
I saw him screaming in the back of a cop car.
Yeah.
Did someone die?
Ruh-roh.
Luckily, no. Luckily, nobody did.
I guess I didn't even think about that. Whoopsie.
But Ethan, we'll wrap the show here. It's a short one. We'll be back to recap the Masters. And then we might just go all the way up through the draft and then call it good. Even though my motivation to cover the draft, or even like there's been, is it me or does it feel like there's been like zero draft coverage at all
Not
this
much.
year?
Yeah, not much.
It's been 0.
Yeah. But
Ethan, we'll kick it over to you. What do you got for ball league?
yeah, so this Saturday we started a new thing where me, Jeff, Jenna, Grant, Kevin, Meg, we all get together, and once a month, and one of the couples gets to pick a restaurant we go to for dinner. I was under the assumption it's like a place that no one's really been to, or like they don't think many people have been to. Well, Jeff picked Olive Garden. I can't say I don't know why.
When you
I
hear
mean,
your
it's not a bad
family.
choice. It's a good choice, but it's just an odd choice for this.
Endless salads and breadsticks, man.
Yes,
That
it's
gets
not-
the people
you know,
going.
maybe he wanted, like, I don't know, but it made me think, what is your least favorite sit down restaurant? But it has to be a chain.
Oh,
I don't know if it classifies as a sit down, but like a Who Hot. I done do it
Yeah.
for me. I'm
Yeah.
a known Who Hot basher.
Mhm.
I'm over it. It's probably the most overrated restaurant in the history of restaurants.
I'm gonna go
Um,
with Perkins.
Perkins,
It's
ours
just
is
not
closed.
good food.
I ain't ate at Perkins in years.
It's
I
just
was-
not good.
I was thinking Perkins too, Ethan, just because for me the steady decline that Perkins has had.
Oh, yeah,
It used to be really good, and now it's just absolute trash.
it's terrible. Yep, no way.
Yeah, Perkins.
You don't even see commercials for Perkins anymore.
No, you don't.
I don't even know what a close second would be for me.
I'm just trying to think of one of my own answer here, guys. But yeah, because Perkins is the one I was kind of thinking of.
I swear to God, if you say Chili's, I'll kill you.
No, I'm not. No. Chili's is great.
Yeah,
As
If Grant says Chili's, he's never going to be on this show again.
no, Chili's is great, guys. You don't have to worry about that. As on the TV now, there's a commercial for Cracker Barrel, which makes me miss the Cracker Barrel, which is not a shitty restaurant. Cracker Barrel is fantastic.
Nope.
Let's take a trip down to Lakeville.
I might have to, and we need to go back to the old logo.
Yeah.
But yes, trip down to Lakeville for some Cracker Barrel. You know, I wouldn't say it's a sit down place, but it's kind of fast food. But to me, it's a little overrated. I'll say Wendy's, guys.
Whoa. What?
I like their chicken.
It's just but also, you know what? I'll throw McDonald's and Burger King and all these other places under the bus too. They're not good anymore. For what you pay,
Of
for
those
what you
three,
get,
Wendy's is definitely the best.
I'll
That's fair.
agree with McDonald's and Burger King. I don't know if I can agree on Wendy's.
fair, but
Yeah,
you pay
This is one
$10.
of your worst takes you've ever had, Grant.
Well, that's fine. I'm not here to make any friends. I'm just saying the fast food industry in general is trash these days because you're
It's so
paying
bad,
way
too.
too much for food that doesn't fill you up. Like 3 hours later, 2 hours later, I'm ready to eat again. It's some bullshit. So I'm just saying, like fast food in general, Burger King, even Culver's. Let's call the Midwestern Pride. Let's call them out.
Jeez.
Prices are way too high.
That is
Servings aren't good.
aggressive.
Okay, Grant.
Are you really trying to get
Mute
fired?
his ass. Mute
Saying
his ass.
Culver trash?
I'm not saying it's trash.
I'm
I'm
ready
just
to come to the screen and give you 2 sticks of dynamite right here.
I
And
will
that's- and
not
that's
take
fine-
any
and that's-
Culver slander.
and that's fine. Like I said, Culver's is not trash, but I pay
I'm doing this,
$12 for
Ethan.
Man, mute him right now. This is PTI.
He's muted. He is muted.
This is America. You guys are just upset.
Muted.
You guys for what they are in this country. It's not.
It's like SpongeBob. We can't hear you.
I can do this all day. He left.
Oh, that's awesome.
No, he left.
That's
All right.
awesome. All right. I gotta go
All right,
back.
Grant, are you done slandering Culver's?
Oh well, no, because again, you
Okay,
pay
just
as
kick
much
him out.
money as you do to go there, and
It's worth every penny.
is it though?
Their cheese curds are
Yes.
pretty solid.
Yes, it is. Their cheese
it though?
curds, their burgers, the concrete mixer. Yeah. Yep.
That's okay.
All of it. All of it. Give me it all. And that concludes this week's episode of the Three Guys podcast. We'll find out who wins the Masters on Sunday, and we'll have a recap episode of that. Make sure you like, rate, subscribe on all of our socials. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Go Blue, and we'll talk to you next week.